I'm going to tell you what happened now. Sorry, Mr. Barker. I know that was a terrible transition. I should have said something like, "Speaking of thumbs, here's what happened." Or even better, "Speaking of being locked in my room, here's what happened." So I hope you aren't a 6th grade English teacher, because if you are, this letter will probably annoy... Shoot, I think I just fell asleep again. So here's what happened. 5 days ago, when we got back from our vacation in Florida, Mom said to dump all our stuff on the floor right inside the front door. She was carrying the beach bag with the sandy plastic buckets and shovels, the Kadima paddles, and the fake sunscreen, and she let the whole thing just drop off her shoulder and spill out all over the floor, which was weird, because Mom always pretends to be this perfect person with a perfect husband, a perfect son, that's me, and a perfect house. Or in our case, a perfect apartment. I watched the little rubber Kadima ball bounce a couple of times and then roll under the hall table, where my school books were neatly stacked, ready for school on Monday. She didn't even notice. I figured she was still thinking about the fish fry that we never made it to. When we checked into the hotel in Florida, they told us about the Saturday night fish fry extravaganza and how it was free for guests who stayed the full week. A big dinner with lots of families is just the kind of thing Mom loves more than anything. It proves she's doing everything right. I knew she was thinking that the other mothers hadn't even thought twice about our family, that Mom had made us that good. And me most of all. I was perfect, undetectable. But apparently not perfect enough. Because when Mom saw what was happening to me on Saturday morning, we had to rush off even before breakfast. We didn't say goodbye to any of the other families, except for the one in the next-door cabin, and that was only because they saw us packing up our rental car in a hurry and asked if everything was okay. Mom told them I had a broken arm, which made them look at us kind of funny because I was carrying 2 bags to the car at that very moment. When Mom is flustered, she sometimes messes up. She really is very good at what she does, most of the time. The cats came running as soon as we opened the apartment door, except Toto, who always likes to play it cool, like, "Oh, were you guys gone? I'm so darn busy and independent, I didn't even notice." Dad bent down and shook hands with the cats. Alex first, then Aiden. "Stephen," Mom yelled, "you have got to stop shaking hands with the cats." Dad and I stared at each other for a second. Mom isn't usually a yeller. "Want to go through the mail?" Dad asked her, holding out a thick pile of catalogs and envelopes. He was trying to cheer her up. Mom loves mail. Dad says that on the boat, mailbox was her favorite game. But Mom shook her head at him. "Shower," she said. "Now." Like all the parents, Mom showers twice a day, every day, even that day. Alex and Aiden, who are only half grown, started playing with the Kadima ball, batting it down the hall and then running after it like it was a live thing trying to escape them. "Check the cat's water dish, Nathan," Dad said, not looking at me. "Please." I knew he was struggling to be nice, because what happened in Florida wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault at all. The kitchen was a mess of eggshells and open tuna cans. There was a dirty frying pan on a hot plate on the floor. "And who's supposed to clean this up?" I said out loud to myself, while I stood at the sink and waited for the cat's water dish to fill up. "Me, I'm guessing?" Toto padded up behind me and rubbed against my ankle. Since he doesn't show a lot of affection, I figured he was saying sorry for the mess. Still, sometimes I wished Dad had never taught the cats to cook in the first place. I put the water dish on the kitchen floor and sat next to it, letting Toto walk across my lap and then lie down on my legs. Toto's real name is Bartolome. Mom says I started calling him Toto when I was practically still a baby because I couldn't even come close to saying Bartolome. A few minutes later, Mom came in wearing the sundress I knew she'd been saving for the fish fry. "Sigh," she said. Uh-oh. Mom only said sigh when she was at rock bottom. She started saying it when she was just a kid on the boat because she had misunderstood the teacher.